Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you this. Have you ever entered a hotel, cafe, or resort and instantly felt relaxed or uncomfortable? Before anyone says, "Good afternoon," before you even sit down, the design has already spoken to you. In today's episode, we will talk about the principles of the interior and exterior design, specifically in hospitality and tourism industry. We will explore how lines, colors, forms, lighting, and space influence guest emotion, comfort, and overall experience. This lesson is perfect for hospitality students like management students like you, future hotel manager and restaurateurs, and anyone curious about why design matters in tourism. So if you're ready to see hospitality spaces is not just as places, but as experience, let's get started. In the hospitality and tourism industry, design is not just about beauty. Hindi lang siya pangpaganda, pang-experience din siya. Kung pumasok ang guest sa isang hotel, restaurants, cafe, or resort, ang design ng unang nagsasalita bago ang staff. Designs can set guest mood. Design affect guest emotion. Design influence guest satisfaction. Kung ang resort ay may open space, maraming natural light and calm colors, automatic ng feeling ng guests ay relaxed at stress-free. Kung ang fast food restaurants naman ay may bright colors and strong lighting, ang message ay mabilis, masigla at energetic. So bago pa sila umorder o mag-check-in, nakapag-desisyon na ang design kung ano ang mararamdaman ng guest. So, let me ask you, students, what is designing? So, designing is a very powerful and component to promote a place, an event, or a site. It plays a significant role in creating the necessary ambience to promote the concept of lodging, food and beverage, recreation and transportation, all of which are components of the hospitality and tourism industry. So, designing is a process of creating a plan and specifications for making or producing an object or space for implementation to address a specific goal or provide a solution to a particular problem. So, from the word, designing is a process. So, ibig sabihin, pinag-iisipan siya. Hindi siya basta-basta. Ito ay ang paggawa ng plano, layout, and specification para first, ma-achieve ang goal. Second, students, masolusyonan ang problem. Third, mapabuti ang paggamit ng space. Halimbawa, okay, a hotel lobby ay hindi basta nilagyan ng sofa. Lobby, wala ko rin sofa. There's a reason kung bakit walang sofa sa hotel lobby. First, basin nasa gitna ang reception desk. Second, mas malinaw ang pathway papunta sa elevators. And third, may sitting area na comfortable pero hindi overcrowded. So design always answers a purpose na ay rason si design. Hindi lang siya basta maganda lang. Dapat it should be functional and meaningful. Okay? So let's now to see the importance of design in hospitality and tourism industry. So, the attributes of the things around us can be defined by the concept brought about first. By the influence of the environment at a certain time, there are influential factors that create and define state of mind on how we respond as they affect emotion. One of the primary characteristics of design, as defined in the previous discussion, is aesthetic. So pasabot ani student no ng environment ko no ay naa ako'y dakong epekto sa emosyon sa tao. It's indeed, tinuod ba yan, no? No, once ganin na crowded ang area, saba kayo, mapaspasta ma-irritate, paspasta mapungot, masuko, maging moody. Diba? Pero pag hawan, presko ang hangin, paspasta ma-mood. So kung ano ang nakikita, nararamdaman, at narinig ng tao o ng guest, naapektuhan ang mood. Dito na pumapasok ito na tinatawag na aesthetics. Aesthetics is a philosophical condition of study of both beauty and taste. So sa hospitality industry, aesthetics helps to attract guests, di ba? Create strong first impressions, encourage guests to stay longer, di ba? Same goes sa tao student no, pag aesthetic ang panamit sa tao, basta ma-attract, uy nice, bagay kayo siya mamorma, ma-inlove man ko, uy. So mo na purpose with designing. So for example, mas pipiliin ng guest ang cafe na Instagrammable kahit pareho lang ang presyo ng kape. Bakit naman? Same lang, mas nag-coffee sa pikas koan, pero mas ipili niya because of dahil may dating, may character, and may kwento ang bawat design. So the word Instagrammable, nice ang ambience and layout sa the whole environment sa mismong cafe. So usa jud makadugang sa marketing tool nato or strategies is ang design. Okay. A facility or establishment can be divided into exterior and interior spaces in terms of its architecture. Generally speaking, the exterior of an establishment can be the entrance of the gate of a complex, a facade of a structure, or a wall that divides the hallways and facilities. So now we're going to discuss gitawag na interior and exterior spaces. So, exterior design, ito ang unang nakikita ng guest. The word exterior, sa gawas, outside. Ato siya makita sa entrance of the gate, facade, and landscaping. Purpose ana niyahan sa exterior is to convince, para mangakit pang first impression, para mangakit. So sa gawas pa lamang kung nice ng hotel, kay bao na ka nice pa ang sa sulod. For example, a hotel like heritage theme kuno sa hotel, mas makikita mo agad sa labas na naay mga kahoy, naay bato, naay copies windows and traditional patterns. So kinaraan kung heritage theme kuno. So kung tag something enchanted, expect ka na naay mala forest and the thing, di ba? So second, design is the interior. Kung exterior is gawas, ang interior kay sa sulod. Ito ang nararanasan sa loob. Guest room, hallways, and dining areas. The purpose of interior is to comfort, function, and mood. So dito pa lang sa sulod, ipa-feel na nimo na angay siya mo stay og dugay. No? May purpose ni interior. Dili kay basta nice ang design, basta ka maka-feel sila comfort dito sa sulod. What if sir, gusto ko lang kong daghan ka ng naging mga enchanted gani, gusto ko og na mga dahon-dahon sa sulod. Remember students, no one's crowd ng area, once feel na uncomfortable sila, hindi siya good interior design. Okay? Kahit maganda ang labas, kung pangit ang loob, negative experience pa rin yan sa guests. Okay? So now we were moving on and proceed with the elements of visual design. Elements of visual design. So these topics all students is something like a review ninyo no kay during your MAPE o arts pa lamang discuss ng tawag ng mga the elements of visual design. First is line. It is a series of points that create motion. It determines a certain position and direction in space. The following characteristics of lines are used to convey a message through the design, shape, and its weight yields, meaning according to its intensity. So, ang line ay nagbibigay ng direksyon and emotion. First, straight line. It is sturdy and masculine. It belongs to the architecture. It has its moods. So, ang straight line means matibay and formal. Formal. Example, corporate hotel, diba? So, may purposely lines. And next is vertical lines. Expresses the spirit of Gothic. It is a proud and exalted, and it's inspirational. Vertical lines means taas, pride, and inspiration. Na siyang may anham. Dapat na kitawag horizontal. Represents to the horizon of seascape. It is calm and peaceful. It is repose. So, horizontal line na ay siya dakong impact with designing. It can give calm and relax. And also, diagonal line symbolizes the flight of the geese. It is vigorous or even angry. It is an action. So, ang diagonal line should be have a movement and action. Kung magamit ng diagonal line should be expect with repetition kuno na ha. Curved line is more subtle than the straight line. It is graceful and sensitive. It is feminine, represent architecture that caters to the emotional rather than the physical. The curved line represents a soft and elegant, no? Kahit simpleng linya, may kanya-kanya silang mga mensahe. Okay? So now, let's proceed with the number 2, the colors. Colors are part of the surroundings, both in nature and man-made environment. They are integral parts of the human sensory perception and can affect one's emotion because of symbolism through association and synthesis. We have here the primary colors are commonly known as blue, red, and yellow. Pinaka-base color siya. Secondary colors are commonly known as green, violet, and orange. The green is combination for blue and yellow, violet is blue and red, and orange is red and yellow. Tertiary colors are the combination of the following colors: possible red and orange, yellow orange, yellow green, blue violet, and red violet. So you have here schemes of colors. So schemes of colors are, first here is the monochromatic color. So it utilizes one color in every use or tone. So usara ka color siya. Isang kulay lang, simple at elegant. Complementary colors are colors that are located opposite to each other in the wheel. So yellow and violet. Yung sa itong iyang kakuan mo to combination with the colors. Aptly split complementary colors that refers to the color and the two colors beside in the complement. Example, yellow, blue violet, and red violet. Last is the fourth is analogous, are three or more colors beside each other in the color wheel. The triads are related to the use of three colors. Okay, so Sir Isaac Newton says that it has a psychological significance of colors. So Sir Isaac Newton discovered the color spectrum. It is its organization and composition. However, study shows that as early as the ancient Egyptian period, humans have used colors to create the moods of spaces to achieve a realistic design. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe wrote a book Theory of Colors in 1810. Several studies on the psychological of colors were done and general findings are stated below. According to Idla is red-orange kuno, it symbolizes the heat, stimulation, activity, richness, splendor, and dignity. So try to close your eyes and hold the 50 pesos. So maka-feel jud ka na bisa mabuta kay bawo ka ng 50 pesos na because of the color of red orange. So it can give heat and stimulation, no? Pink kuno is daintiness, gaiety, and animation. Yellow or yellow-green, the dryness, the crispiness, relaxation, warm, light, and cheer. Green and blue, the coldness, spaciousness, and positivity and tranquility. Violet, the coolness, limpness, dullness, daintiness, preservation, and femininity. Brown tells us the warm. Okay. That's why some establishment like spa, they use green and blue. Paano man? Or yung mga good as students know, the blue is represent positivity, spaciousness, and coldness. So, kalmara. Fast food, red and yellow. Okay. It gives richness kono, dignity, and heat, and stimulation. Next, we're going to discuss the visual design about the form or shape. The primary elements of form are points and lines that create the shape of an object, room, or edifice. So, form refers to the shape and structure ng object at spaces. So, sa hospitality and design, forms affect the movements of guests, comfort, visual impact. Okay. Like boxy form, is formal organized, like visital, kung box, pabox ang form sa mismong area. Tapi organic forms, relaxed, medyo nature, kuno. So, ang maling form ay pwedeng magdulot ng discomfort and confusion. Example, sa shape sa mismong area, student, no? Kung di lang siya appropriate, diba? That's why ang rooms is intended for box form. Four-sided siya, no? Upat ka book side. Because of the comfort, para may space sa center, may space sa likod na tubangan. Okay. If kung himuon siyang triangle, mag-piot. Then, ang ventilation, arang igangas inside the room kung pa-triangle to sila. Okay. Next, texture. This refers to the quality of surface treatment. More often than not, texture is associated with kind of material used. So, texture is ang pakiramdam ng surface. If it's makinis ba, magaspang, or malambot. And visual texture, nakikita lang, di ba? Makibaw majutan no kung magaspang siya based on our eyes. So, napi actual texture kung atong gunitan. Yung true phone, nakita majutan no sa mismong image kung magaspang ba, pero kung true actual ato yung gunitan ang mismong area. Okay. Textures adds depth and realism sa space. Okay, na. Kalima is light. The provision of the light in a room or space can either be man-made or natural. The choice of lighting, critical or in translation of any space or object. So lighting is one of the most powerful design elements. Okay, two types of light. Usa is from nature light. Saktong liwanag, no? Morning, magdasitak, anang buntag, mo na yung kita magpasuga. Sabihin, atong yaga na suga is katong natural light. And usa is ang artificial lights, kanong light bulbs, lamps, kanang paggabi, mas lamp. Effects of lighting, it sets mood, enhance colors, and improves safety. Okay, mali ang ilaw, sira ang experience. Okay, for example, students, you are going to build a restaurant, a romantic restaurant. For romantic na gusto ka something dim-dim, so dapat soft lang ang lighting. Soft lang. Kaya kung mo i-bright na, it feels like energetic. Dapat pang lingaw, pa-active activities kung arang ka strong sa light. Kung gusto ka romantic, kung mag-date mo si Muya ko ng Valentine's, set a warm o kalmara or sofra na lighting. Okay? So, pag malika niyang ilaw, makaguba siya sa mismong experience. Okay? Example, heritage inyong theme sa hotel ninyo. So, dapat kalmara. So, sa una mga heritage, sa una kay warm light ra, lamp na gamiton. Okay? So, warm light na ang gamiton nato. Okay? Next is pattern. The design of pattern should not be taken as the stand-alone element of design, as it is part of the whole. So, pattern kuno is the repetition of design elements. Ang pagbalik-balik, pattern ha. Purpose, it adds interest, creates identity. Example, repeating tiles in the bathroom, di ba? Usa ka tiles, usa ka book tiles, di ba dyan preming kala tiles dahil lahi color. Kala CR, lahi color sa tiles. So, pare-pare siya sa color sa tiles. Diba? Say ng mga design diha sa lobby, sa hallway, kunay lettering diha ana pang kuan, sundugon to na pare-pareha sila design sa color. Okay? So pattern should support the theme, hindi nakakalito. Okay? So that. Next. Let's proceed with visual principles in architecture. Visual principles in architectures. First is balance. It is a state of equilibrium for visual forces that create a sense of stability. In terms of design, balance is achieved through the following. The symmetrical and unsymmetrical. Ang symmetrical is formal and traditional. So equal ang balance, no? Tapos nang diha the elements of an either side of the axis are arranged similarly. Pareha sila. From right side to left side. Mga sila ha. Next, second is asymmetrical. The elements, the size differ in shape but provide visual equilibrium. Kung tungaon ni mo sa kabutang, no, sa bikas, same sila og kanang lain ng deck ang design sa pikas, and pikas lain po ang design. So example of symmetrical. Simbahan sa iglesia, no? Kung first side, same sila na ka tower both side. So, usa na Eiffel Tower. Kung tungaon ng mga Eiffel Tower, naka-align sila, same sila. Kung tungaon mo, same sila og design both side. Kaning si Mayon Volcano, kana nasimbahan din sa Mayon Volcano. Remember, di ba? Kung tungaon siya, ang pika side, walay poste, way kampana, sa kampana, pikas ay naa. Okay? Kung na siya sa example, try to look at your face at the mirror. Tanawin ninyo na kung symmetrical mo or unsymmetrical. The radial elements. The radial is my center focus, arranged around the circular form. Siya. So, grand lobby with chandelier sa gitna is gitanawag siya na radial balance because tungod kay na ay chandelier sa center mo o mo ang focusan niya as the equilibrium or the center focus of the area. Mga nasiyak students, no? Same go sa basketball, di ba na yung singing sa center area, mo na siya ang sample of radial. Okay, next. Rhythm and movements. The movements or rhythm in design must be directed and controlled, similar to creating music. So, sa rhythm music, parang music, may flow. Okay, example, paulit-ulit na ilaw or column sa hallway para hindi boring at may direction, di ba? From gate 1 to the lobby na ay mga posting ibabutang diha. Usa siya sa example of rhythm and movement. Okay? Sa garden, wala sila, butang suga. Ang yung magyaan kay parang suga, padungat po So, example na siya sa mga rhythm and movement. Next, emphasis. This is a process of establishing a specific elements that would draw an attention of the viewers. This is achieved by setting a focal point in the design. So, emphasis, may focal point kuno. So, isang malaking chandelier sa lobby, doon agad napupunta ang mata. So, emphasis. Once you enter a lobby, ang unang tanaw sa is not just the reception area, but the chandelier, ang design mismo. Example, musud ko sa musud no, sample sa HM Lab, front office agi. Ang atong first makita biya kay ang front desk. So, ang front desk, once you enter, siya ang nakabutang as the focal point, the emphasis ang namakit-an dayon, no? So, proportion and scale. So, the proportion should reverberate in relation to each part of the whole and the scale to the size of the elements that make up the design composition. The proportion generally matters of relationship where the comparison registers the size, shape, and tone of the different parts of the composition. So proportion, dapat daw tama ang laki ng sukat. No, mas mag-design tadi ka pwede, ay, kuwang lagi ang design ani. Dapat sakto lang jud, dapat dili kaayong kuwang, dapat ikot sobra ang pagbutang niyo. Kala may mag-design ka na maoray nakapiot sa design sa wall. Dapat sakto na jud minun, balance sila kung na ay 2 inches sa pikas, dapat 2 inches po sa pikas. Okay. Contrast. It is to intensify the different elements of the structures. This produces dynamic expressions in the design. Contrast ang pinapalakas ng difference ng elements. Lights, wall, plus dark furniture. Mas buhay ang space. Now, example yung garden. More lights, more greeny. Okay, so nami-mysterious yun na. Last na to kay unity. Unity means all the unrelated parts of an architecture arranged and brought into the proper relation in order to obtain satisfactory composition. Ang pagsama-sama o dapat na nagkakaisa ang mga elements. Dapat i-connection si lights sa iyang iputang na form, design, sa lines, na i-connection si lights sa mga furniture, sa texture, sa contrast, and sa mismong proportion and scales. Naala sila connection tanan. Dili pwedeng mapa-warm tawag suga. No, tapos ang atong gusto i-achieve is something elegant, something bright na area. Nag-warm ang tawag suga. It should be na ay unity tanang idea. Okay? So the simplest kind of unity is achieved by identifying the concept or motif. Accent may be introduced into this composition. Dominant notes may be added to the regularity and repetition. Unity and harmony can be achieved in terms of between the building and the site, between the building and the surrounding structures, and between the different parts of the same structure. So last is the character. So these principles grows from the function of the structure and the consideration of all the creative principles of the composition. The character may be divided into 3 forms. The function, the use of building, para saan yun ang establishment, usay purpose na establishment, usay gamit sa building. The association, the influence of tradition, culture and tradition. Siya. Personality, the human quality and emotional appeal. Ang iyang emotional appeal, ang iyang purpose, ang quality na usa ka butang. So naadyo na gipakita niya Kapinguntag Jollibee, human quality and emotional appeal. Dapat light siya, dapat strong, dapat red and yellow ang gamiton nato kay it gives energy. No. More example of character. Mayroon something romantic. Dapat siya be kalma ra, warm ra. Di kayo hayag kaayo ang mismong area. Okay. So the hospitality industry, design is storytelling. Kung ano ang kwento ng place, iyon ang mararamdaman ng guest. Kung ano ang mismong theme, yun ang ma-feel sa guest. Good design is equal to good experience. The good experience is equal to satisfied guests. Okay? So, as that wraps up today's discussion on principles of interior and exterior design in hospitality. Remember, in the hospitality industry, we don't just offer rooms, food, and services. We create experiences. Every line, every color, every light, and every texture plays a role in how guest feels, remembers, and returns. Good design doesn't just look good, it communicates, it comforts, and it connects. So whether you're designing a hotel lobby, a restaurant, or a simple cafe, always ask yourself, what story does the space tell to my guests? If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hospitality and tourism insight. Thank you for watching, and always remember, good design creates good experience. I'm your teacher Ryan, saying goodbye everyone and mabuhay.